I still can't believe I'm the bad guy here. Seriously? AITA for refusing to dance at my friend's wedding because I had no clue about their cultural traditions and didn't want to look like a total clown? It's not like I was trying to ruin the vibe. But now I'm the jerk who couldn't be bothered to join in. Let me explain, because this whole mess has been eating me alive. So, I've known Priya since college. She's this tiny, fierce woman who once chugged an entire Monster Energy drink before a 7 a.m. calculus exam and still aced it while I was drooling on my Scantron. We bonded over late-night Taco Bell runs and her endless rants about her family's Bollywood obsession. She's Indian, specifically Tamil, and I'm a white dude from Ohio whose cultural depth peaks at knowing all the words to Sweet Caroline. Point is, we're tight, but our worlds, not exactly overlapping. Fast forward to last month. Priya's getting married to this guy, Arjun, who's apparently a catch software engineer, great hair, the works. The wedding's in this gorgeous botanical garden. All fairy lights and hibiscus blooms. But it's not your standard, I do. Cake. Done deal. It's a full-on Tamil wedding, 3 days of rituals, and I'm invited to everything. Priya's hyped, texting me stuff like, bring your stretchy pants for the food. And, don't freak out if my aunties pinch your cheeks. I'm stoked to be there, even if I'm clueless about what's going down. Day one's chill. Lots of flowers, some chanting, and Priya's mom shoving laddus into my hands like I'm a starving orphan. I'm vibing, nodding along, trying not to sneeze from the incense. Day two's where it gets wild. There's this massive tent with a DJ blasting Tamil pop remixes, a buffet that smells like heaven, and everyone's decked out in saris and kurtas while I'm in my one nice button-up from Target, sweating like a pig. Then the dancing starts. Not like casual swaying, full choreographed numbers. People are spinning, clapping, doing these intricate hand moves like it's a music video shoot. Priya's cousins are killing it, and even Arjun's nerdy uncle is busting out moves smoother than anything I've ever pulled at a bar. I'm on the sidelines, sipping mango lassi, when Priya bounds over, all sparkly in her lehenga, and grabs my arm. Come on, Matt. Dance with us. I laugh, thinking she's kidding, but she's tugging me toward the crowd. I freeze. Priya, I don't know how to do that. She waves it off. It's easy, just follow me. Easy? I've got the coordination of a drunk giraffe. I'm picturing myself flailing, stepping on someone's sari, or accidentally smacking an elder in the face. I mumble, I'll sit this one out. But she's not having it. It's my wedding, Matt. Don't be lame. Here's where it blows up. The music's thumping, and this group of her friends, decked out in gold jewelry and vibes, starts egging me on. Don't be shy. It's fun. I'm digging my heels in, literally, because the grass is soft and I'm sinking. Guys, I don't know the steps. I'll look stupid. Priya's smile drops. You'll look stupid if you just stand there like a statue. It's not about knowing it, it's about being part of it. I'm sweating bullets now, not just from the heat. I don't want to mess up your thing, I say, gesturing at the flawless dancers. She snaps. My thing? You're my friend. This is for you too. And storms off. Cue the spiral. Arjun finds me later all calm and groom-like and goes, she's upset you didn't try. It's a big deal to her. I explain, probably too loud over the music, that I wasn't trying to disrespect anyone. I just didn't want to butcher their tradition. He shrugs. It's not that deep, man. Just move your hips a little. But by then, Priya's cousins are side-eyeing me, and one of them, Ravi, this smug med student, mutters, typical, can't even dance for his best friend. I snap back. I'm not a prop, dude. I'm not here to fake it. He smirks. You're here to be polite, not to pout. I'm fuming, but I don't want to ruin Priya's day, so I grab another lassie and sulk by the dessert table. The rest of the night's a blur. Priya barely looks at me during the garland exchange, and her mom, who'd been calling me sweet boy all weekend, gives me this tight-lipped smile like I've disappointed her. I leave early, texting Priya a quick, congrats, you looked amazing. But she doesn't reply. Next day, I'm scrolling Instagram, and Ravi's posted a story. Me standing awkwardly by the tent, captioned, when your boy can't handle a little culture #wedding fail. Likes are piling up, and I'm mortified. Now it's a week later, and Priya's back from her mini honeymoon. She finally texts me, "I didn't think you'd be that guy, Matt. It hurt." I fire back, "I didn't mean to hurt you. I just didn't want to screw up your traditions." She says I made it about me when it was her day, but I feel like they pushed me into something I couldn't pull off. My phone's buzzing with mutual friends saying I should have just danced and stopped overthinking, but I'm stuck on how I was supposed to magically know moves I've never seen before. Meanwhile, Ravi's still subtweeting me, calling me Mr. Two Left Feet, and I'm wondering if I'm the asshole for not sucking it up. So Reddit, I'm lost. I didn't want to disrespect Priya's culture, but I also didn't want to stumble through it like a clueless idiot. Was I wrong to sit it out, or were they unfair to guilt-trip me over it? AITA? Okay, hear me out. Am I the asshole for telling my aunt I wouldn't eat her traditional dish because it's just not my thing, even though she took it as some massive personal attack? I swear I wasn't trying to start a war, but now I'm the family jerk and I'm questioning my whole life over a plate of food. So, I'm a 24-year-old graphic designer, living in this tiny apartment with a dying succulent and a fridge that's 90% takeout containers. My family's big, loud, and Puerto Rican. Think lots of Spanglish, dominoes clacking at 2 a.m., and my abuela yelling at everyone to stop arguing even though she's the loudest. I love them, but I'm the quiet one, the artsy weirdo who'd rather sketch than salsa dance at reunions. My Aunt Marisol, though? She's the queen of the kitchen, the kind of woman who can whip up a feast for 20 with one hand while texting her church group with the other. She's got this larger-than-life energy, curly hair piled high, always in bright floral dresses, and a laugh that rattles the windows. Every year, she hosts this massive Noche Buena party, Christmas Eve, Puerto Rican style. It's not at a house or anything normal, it's in this community garden she basically runs, tucked behind a bodega in the Bronx. Picture string lights dangling from trellises, a rickety folding table groaning under trays of food, and a Bluetooth speaker blasting Willie Cologne while my cousins argue over who gets the last pastel. It's chaos, but it's home. This year, I roll up late, blame the F train, and Marisol's already in full force, apron on, barking orders like a general. She spots me, yells, "Me Joe, your skin and bones," and shoves a plate in my hands before I can even say hi. Here's the deal, I'm picky. Not like no veggies picky, but I've got this thing with textures, slimy, mushy stuff makes me gag. Always has. Growing up, I'd hide peas under my plate or trade my flan for a cousin's arroz con dulce when no one was looking. Marisol knows this, she's teased me about it forever, calling me El Gringo even though I'm as boricua as she is. So, I'm staring at this plate and it's piled with lechon, arroz con gandals, and pastels. These little tamale-looking things wrapped in banana leaves, stuffed with pork and this starchy, wet masa that's basically my kryptonite. I can smell the achiote oil from a mile away and my stomach's already doing flips. She's beaming at me, all proud, going, "I made these pastels from scratch, just like Mama used to. You're gonna love it." I'm trying to smile, but it's more of a grimace. I poke at it with my fork and it's glistening, soft, like it's mocking me. Everyone's digging in, moaning about how good it is, and my cousin Luis is practically licking his plate. I take a deep breath and say, "Tia, I'm good with the rice and pork. I don't really like pastels." Her face freezes. Like, mid-laugh, mouth half open, freezes. Then she goes, "What do you mean, you don't like it?" Her voice is sharp, like I just said I hate her dog or something. I shrug, trying to keep it light. "It's the texture, you know? Too mushy for me." Big mistake. Her eyes narrow and she slams her spatula down on the table, asterisk thwack asterisk, making the Tostans jump. "Mushy? This is tradition, Mijo. This is our culture. You don't just say no to that." I'm blindsided. "Tia, it's not personal, I just don't like how it feels in my mouth." She gasps, hand to her chest like I've stabbed her. "Not personal? I spent hours grating yo Tia, tying these leaves, cooking for you. And you're too good for it." People are staring now, my uncle pauses mid-bite, my little cousin freezes with a coquito in her hand. I'm sweating. I'm not too good, I just don't want to force it down and hate it. It escalates fast. She starts yelling about disrespect, how I'm rejecting my roots, and I'm stammering, "I love arroz con habichuelas, I'm not rejecting anything." Luis chimes in, "Bro, just eat it, don't be a baby," and I snap, "You eat it then, I'm not choking for no reason." Marisol storms off to the grill, muttering in Spanish about kids these days, and I'm left holding the stupid plate, feeling like I kicked a puppy. The night goes downhill. My mom pulls me aside, hissing, "Why'd you have to say that? You know how she is." I'm like, "What, I'm supposed to lie and gag through it?" She sighs, "It's not about the food, it's about her effort." Meanwhile, Marisol's telling everyone, loudly, how I broke her heart, and my cousins are texting me memes of Gordon Ramsay screaming, "It's raw," with my face photoshopped in. I eat the rice and lechon, skip the pastels, and leave early, but not before Marisol gives me this look, like I'm a stranger now, and says, "Next time, don't bother coming if you're gonna be like that." Now it's been 3 days, and the family group chat's a mess. My sister's calling me dramatic, Luis says I owe Marisol an apology, and my abuela left a voicemail saying, "We don't say no to love, mijo." I feel awful, she did work hard, and I didn't mean to hurt her, but I also don't think I should have to eat something that makes me want to hurl just to keep the peace. I texted Marisol, "Sorry if I upset you, I didn't mean it like that," but she left me on read. My mom says I should have just taken a bite and shut up, but I'm stubborn, I hate pretending. So Reddit, I'm stuck. Was I the asshole for being honest about hating pastels, or was she overreacting to me not eating one damn dish? AITA? Alright, I need to get this off my chest. Am I the asshole for not wearing a traditional costume to a festival because I felt like a total idiot in it, even though the organizers gave me serious stink eye for it? I didn't think it'd blow up like this, but now I'm the guy who ruined the spirit or whatever, and I'm still salty about the whole thing. So, I'm a 29-year-old barista/part-time DJ living in this quirky little town that's obsessed with its annual Renaissance fair. It's not your typical muddy field with turkey legs setup. This one's held in an old abandoned textile mill, all brick walls and rusted machinery turned into this sprawling medieval playground. Think jousting in the loading bay, meat stalls under flickering Edison bulbs, and a bar jamming on a lute next to a busted conveyor belt. I've gone every year since I moved here because it's weirdly charming, and the people watching is top tier. I'm not a history buff or anything, I just like the vibe and the excuse to drink honey wine on a Tuesday. This year, though, they upped the ante. The organizers, led by this intense woman named Gretchen who wears a corset like it's her job, it kinda is, sent out a group email saying they wanted everyone to fully immerse in the experience. Translation: wear a costume or don't bother showing up. I skimmed it, figured it was optional, and planned to roll in with my usual black hoodie and jeans. But my buddy Theo, who's way too into this stuff, convinced me to at least try going authentic. He's this lanky dude with a man bun and a closet full of chain mail. He once spent 3 hours explaining longsword grips to me over a single IPA. He lent me this scratchy brown tunic, a leather belt that smelled like a thrift store couch, and a floppy hat that made me look like a sad mushroom. I put it on, looked in the mirror, and immediately felt like I was auditioning for a low-budget Robin Hood reboot. Nope. I ditched it, threw on my hoodie, and headed out. The mill's buzzing when I get there, vendors hawking pewter mugs, kids running around with wooden swords, and half the town decked out in velvet and fake accents. I grab a mead from this guy in a kilt who calls me M-Lord, unironically, and I'm vibing, snapping pics of the fire jugglers for my Insta story. Then Gretchen spots me. She's got this hawk-like stare, all cheekbones and braided hair, and she marches over with 2 volunteers trailing her like squires. "Where's your garb?" she asks, voice dripping with judgment. I laugh, thinking she's kidding. At home. I'm not really a costume guy." Her face tightens. "This is a Renaissance fair. The costume is the point. You're breaking the immersion." I blink. It's a festival, not a time machine. I'm here, I'm spending money, does it matter? Wrong move. She crosses her arms, the corset creaking, and goes, "It matters to the community. We put months into this. You couldn't put 10 minutes into a tunic?" I'm flustered now, the mead sloshing in my cup. I tried, okay? It felt stupid. I'm not gonna prance around pretending I'm a peasant. Her volunteer sidekick, a guy with a patchy beard and a lute strapped to his back, pipes up, "It's about respect. You're disrespecting the craft." I snap, "I'm disrespecting craft by wearing my own clothes? I'm not hurting anyone." Gretchen scoffs. "You're hurting the vibe. Look around, everyone else gets it." I glance around and yeah, it's a sea of capes and corsets. Theo's over by the blacksmith demo, twirling a dagger in his doublet like he was born in 1540. Even the old lady selling candles is in a wench outfit. I'm the odd one out and people are starting to stare. "I didn't know it was a rule," I mumble, but Gretchen's not having it. "It's not a rule, it's courtesy. You're a guest here. Act like it." She walks off, muttering something about modern laziness, and I'm left standing there, feeling like I just got schooled by a medieval principal. It gets worse. Theo finds me later, grinning, and goes, "Dude, you pissed off Gretchen? Bold move." I groan, she acted like I spat on her tapestry or something. He shrugs, "She's hardcore, but she's right, it's more fun if you play along." I'm annoyed now. Fun for who? I'd be miserable tripping over a cloak all night. He laughs, but I can tell he thinks I'm being a buzzkill. Then I overhear some random night guy at the ale tent say that's the hoodie jerk who couldn't be bothered, and I realize word's spreading. By the end of the night, I'm dodging dirty looks from vendors, and one lady in a flower crown flat out refuses to sell me a pretzel, saying we prioritize the faithful. I leave early, meat unfinished, feeling like I've been excommunicated. Now it's been a couple days and the Faire's Facebook group is popping off. Someone posted a blurry pic of me with the caption, "When you show up to Faire like it's Walmart," and the comments are brutal, entitled much? That he doesn't even tip the minstrels. Theo texted me, "You're famous, lol," but I'm not laughing. I didn't mean to tank their vibe, I just didn't want to feel like a clown in a costume I'd trip over. Gretchen even DM'd me, all formal, saying, "Next year, consider the spirit of the event. It's not about you." I fired back, "It's not about me, it's about having fun my way," but she didn't reply. So, Reddit, I'm spinning. Was I the asshole for skipping the costume and sticking to my guns, or were they over the top for judging me over it? AITA? So, I'm still reeling from this. Am I the asshole for asking my neighbor to turn down his blaring music during his cultural festival at night, only for him to hit me with, "You're disrespecting my heritage"? I wasn't trying to be that guy, but now I'm the neighborhood villain, and I'm wondering if I should have just sucked it up. I'm 32, a remote IT guy who lives in this weird, artsy co-op building. An old warehouse converted into lofts, all exposed brick and creaky floors. It's got character, sure, but the walls are thin as hell, and sound travels like it's on a mission. I'm not a hermit or anything. I've got my noise-canceling headphones, a switch for late-night Zelda marathons, and a cat named Pickles who judges me daily. My neighbor, Diego, lives 2 doors down. He's this chill, stocky dude in his 40s, always in flip-flops and a faded soccer jersey, with a grin that could disarm a SWAT team. He's Guatemalan, proud as hell, and loves telling me about his mom's tamales over beers on the fire escape. We're not besties, but we're cool. Until last weekend. Diego's been hyping up this festival for weeks. Dia de los Muertos, but with a Guatemalan twist. He's decked out his loft with marigolds, sugar skulls, and these wild, colorful banners that look like they belong in a museum. Saturday night, he's hosting a party in the courtyard below our units. This cracked concrete patch with a lone picnic table and some string lights that flicker like they're on life support. I'm fine with it. Festivals are dope, and I'm not about to rain on his parade. Around 8 p.m., I hear marimba music drifting up, all upbeat and vibey, mixed with laughter and clinking bottles. I crack my window, smell the grilled corn and incense, and think, nice, good for him. Then it's 11 p.m. I've got a Monday deadline for a server migration, and I'm bleary-eyed, chugging cold brew when the music shifts, marimba's out, reggaeton in, bass so loud my coffee mug's vibrating across the table. Pickles is hiding under the couch, and I can feel the beat in my teeth. I try the headphones, useless. I shove a pillow over my head, still thumping. By midnight, I'm losing it. I lean out my window, see Diego in the courtyard, red cup in hand, dancing with a dozen people like it's a club. I yell down, "Hey, Diego, can you turn it down a bit? I'm dying up here." He squints up, waves, and shouts, "It's the festival, man. One night." I groan, shut the window, and figure he'll wrap it up soon. He doesn't. At 1 a.m., it's still going louder, if anything, with some dude belting karaoke in Spanish. I'm pacing half zombie, half rage, so I throw on a hoodie and stomp downstairs. Diego's by the speaker, a chunky Bluetooth thing that looks like it could wake the dead. Ironic, right? I tap his shoulder. "Dude, I've got work tomorrow. Can you please lower it? It's shaking my walls." He turns, sweaty and grinning, and goes, "Bro, it's Dia de los Muertos. We're honoring the spirits." I'm like, "That's awesome, but I need sleep. Can't the spirits chill a little?" His face drops. "Chill? This is my culture, man. You're asking me to turn down my heritage." I'm caught off guard. "I'm not dissing your heritage. I just want the volume down after midnight." He steps closer, beer breath in my face. "You don't get it. This is who I am. You've got your quiet little life. Let me have this. I'm tired, cranky, and not in the mood for a lecture. I'm not stopping you. just asking for some quiet after hours. We've all got lives here. He scoffs. Typical. You move in, act like you own the place. That stings. I've been here 3 years, never complained once. I'm not owning anything. I'm begging for sleep. He waves me off. Go back upstairs, gringo, and cranks the music louder. I'm stunned, then pissed and storm back up. The fallout's brutal. It's 3 a.m. when it finally dies down, but I'm too wired to sleep, bombing my deadline prep. Next day, I'm a mess. Bags under my eyes, pickles glaring like I betrayed her. Diego knocks around noon, still in his jersey, holding a foil container. Tamales, peace offering, he says, but his tone's flat. I take it, mutter thanks, and ask, can we keep it quieter next time? He frowns. It's once a year. You could have dealt with it. I snap. I tried, man, but I'm not a robot. He walks off, shaking his head, and now the vibe's trashed. Other neighbors are split. Mrs. Chun next door says I'm right. Late's late. But the hippie couple downstairs are like, it's cultural, dude. Embrace it. My sister texted me, just buy earplugs. But I feel like that's missing the point. So, Reddit, I'm torn. I didn't want to stomp on Diego's festival. I love that he's got this passion. But I also don't think I should suffer through a rave till dawn. Was I the asshole for asking him to turn it down? Or is he overreacting by pulling the heritage card? AITA? Okay, I need to vent about this. Am I the asshole for skipping out on a ceremony hosted by my girlfriend's family because it dragged on forever and now her parents are pissed at me? I didn't think it'd turn into this whole drama, but I'm getting the silent treatment from half her clan, and I'm wondering if I'm the jerk here. I'm 27, a mechanic who spends most days elbow-deep in grease, and I've been dating Lena for 8 months. She's 25, a grad student studying anthropology, all sharp wit and curly hair that smells like coconut. We met at a dive bar during a trivia night. She schooled me on Greek mythology, and I've been hooked since. Her family's Vietnamese, super tight-knit, and they've got this thing for traditions that I'm still wrapping my head around. I'm just a regular guy, Irish-Italian mix, raised on spaghetti Sundays and the occasional St. Patrick's Day parade. Lena's folks have been cool with me so far, even if her dad keeps calling me the car guy like it's my superhero name. Last weekend, they invited me to the ceremony at their house, not a house, really, but the sprawling nursery they own, all greenhouses and potted orchids, with a little pavilion out back where they do family stuff. It was for Lena's cousin, Min, who just graduated high school. They called it a lutat engib, some kind of graduation blessing thing. Lena warned me it'd be a bit long, but I figured, how bad could it be? I show up in my least stained jeans and a polo, juggling a 6-pack of Heineken as a peace offering. Her mom, Mrs. Tran, greets me with this warm smile and a plate of banh mi, while her dad, Mr. Tran, grunts a hello and points me to a folding chair under a tarp strung with fairy lights. It starts off fine. There's incense burning, this low chant from an uncle in a silk tunic, and Min kneeling by a table piled with fruit and flowers. Lena's next to me, whispering translations. They're thanking the ancestors for his success, and I'm nodding along, sipping a beer, feeling halfway cultured. But then it keeps going. And going. More chanting, then a speech from Mr. Tran about hard work, then another uncle reciting poetry, actual poetry, while everyone murmurs approval. An hour in, my butt's numb, the beer's warm, and I'm fidgeting like a kid in detention. Lena nudges me, you okay? I whisper, how long is this? She shrugs, maybe 2 more hours? My soul leaves my body. By hour 2, they're lighting candles and Min's bowing to every relative one by one. There's like 30 people here, all beaming like this is normal. I'm starving, my phone's dead, and the mosquitoes are eating me alive under the tarp. I lean to Lena, I might head out soon, this is a lot. She frowns, it's important to them. Can't you stay? I groan, I've got an early shift tomorrow and I'm dying here. She sighs but doesn't push. At the 2.5-hour mark, they start passing out rice cakes and I see my chance. I slip out, wave awkwardly at Mrs. Tran, who's mid-prayer and doesn't notice, and text Lena, sorry, had to bounce. Tell Min congrats. I'm halfway to my truck when I hear Mr. Tran yell, where's he going? Oops. Cue the blow-up. Lena calls me that night, voice tight. My parents are upset you left. They think you don't care. I'm like, it was 3 hours, Lena. I didn't sign up for a marathon. She snaps, it's not about the time, it's about respect. You didn't even say bye. I argue, I didn't want to interrupt the bowing or whatever. She says her mom spent days prepping and me ditching made it look like I don't value their effort. I feel bad, but also 3 hours? For a kid I barely know? I tell her I'm not used to this stuff. I tried, but I was tapped out. She hangs up and I'm left staring at my ceiling, wondering if I'm a dick. Next day, it's worse. Mrs. Tran texts me a curt "we missed you" at the end, which is code for "you screwed up." Mr. Tran leaves a voicemail, "family stays, car guy. You don't walk out." Lena's barely replying, just sending me one-word texts like, "yeah" and "fine." My buddy Mike says I should have toughed it out, but my sister's like, 3 hours is insane, you're not the Pope. I feel guilty. They did welcome me and the food was fire, but I also think they're overreacting. I wasn't rude, just exhausted. I sent Mrs. Tran a text, "sorry I left early, wasn't feeling great," but she hasn't responded, and Lena says they're disappointed in my commitment. So Reddit, I'm spinning out. Was I the asshole for bailing on this endless ceremony, or are they piling on too much guilt for something I didn't get? AITA?